The price of Ripple has remained relatively unchanged as investors continue to concentrate on the Securities and Exchange Commission's pending lawsuit. XRP Lab fam! Welcome to our channel XRP Lab, the XRP place to keep you informed on all XRP and Ripple updates. Let's grow the XRP Lab community by pressing the like button and subscribe to our channel. XRP is currently trading at $1.5930, which is just 3.6% above its 24-hour low. In recent days, it has been in this range. In recent days, Ripple has lagged behind other currencies. As demand for their ecosystem grows, most altcoins such as Ethereum and Cardano are selling at their highest levels ever. Ripple, on the other hand, has suffered, losing 1% in the last 7 days. Ethereum Classic has increased by 170% in the same time frame, while Ethereum and Dogecoin have increased by more than 30%. Ripple is a global payment settlement and currency exchange network that can handle transactions from anywhere in the world. This network can be used not just for transactions involving Ripple's proprietary digital token XRP, but also for transactions involving other cryptocurrencies, such as Bitcoin, commodities, and precious metals including gold. Ripple and XRP are sometimes referred to as the cryptocurrency for banks due to their extensive use cases in the global financial services industry. Many supporters of digital coins and assets are enthusiastic about Ripple and XRP, with some believing that they will transform banking as we know it. However, before that can happen, Ripple and its XRP digital token must first resolve some significant challenges. Ripple calls itself a fintech company and says the XRP digital coin is only one aspect of its operation, despite being lumped in with the cryptocurrency industry. With a value of $1.67, XRP is reportedly the 5th most popular cryptocurrency. The business is backed by a number of prominent names, including Japanese financial services giant SBI Holdings, OTC MKTS, SBHGF, Spanish bank Santander, NYSE SAN, and a number of venture capital companies, including Lightspeed Venture Partners and the Founders Fund. Although supporters of Ripple predict great things for the future, the company is currently mired in a legal dispute with the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC). Last December, the Securities and Exchange Commission filed charges against Ripple, claiming that the company's co-founder Chris Larsen and CEO Bradley Garlinghouse earned more than $1.3 billion in an unregistered ongoing digital asset security sale. XRP is a currency, and it does not have to be licensed as an investment contract, Ripple and its executives argue in a written statement. The SEC case has thrown a pall over Ripple that is unlikely to lift before the case is settled in court. Executives at the company have threatened to move outside of the United States to countries where XRP is treated as a currency rather than a defense. In the midst of the ongoing SEC fight, the company recently named Rosie Rios, the 43rd Treasurer of the United States, to its board of directors. Regardless of the result, the SEC charges do not seem to have led to a negative effect on the price of XRP, which has increased by 600% year to date. Ripple, for its part, says it will continue to expand its global financial network and refine the XRP digital token. The company claims that its goal since its inception in 2012 has been to replace the SWIFT money transfer network, which is commonly used around the world to settle transactions between banks and financial institutions quickly and efficiently. Ripple aims to make its device and token even quicker and more effective in the future. Since investors are still paying attention to the ongoing SEC situation, the success is likely. Indeed, the majority of them were paying close attention to the new SEC chair, who is a well-known cryptocurrency professor. Ripple Labs has already recruited well-connected attorneys, lobbyists, and advocates to make its case to the SEC, according to the New York Times, NYT. The SEC's pending litigation has drawn a lot of attention to Ripple's XRP cryptocurrency. Ripple's smart contracts enable users to send fiat currency anywhere in the world. The Ripple platform was created to compete with platforms such as SWIFT, Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, by providing transactions that are quicker, cheaper, and more scalable. Ripple's native currency is the XRP coin. Since the start of the SEC litigation in December, XRP has been up and down. The crypto play is already higher than it has been in years, despite being a long way from its all-time peak of $3.84. However, the SEC lawsuit may be a major setback for XRP's value. Regulators have been attempting to clamp down on cryptocurrency for some time, and this seems to be their entry point. Ripple has been gaining ground in court recently. The SEC once refused access to Ripple's internal correspondence, but Ripple was given access to the SEC's. The SEC's argument that XRP is a defense rather than a currency was also expressly rejected by a judge, dealing a serious blow to the case. Despite its continuing legal dispute with the US SEC, Ripple has announced a nearly 100% rise in XRP revenue in the first quarter of 2021. Ripple's XRP revenue increased by 97% to $150 million in Q1 2021, compared to $76 million in Q4 2020. The increase was attributed to Ripple's on-demand liquidity (ODL) operation. ODL assists Ripple customers in settling cross-border payments using XRP without the need for pre-funding. In the first quarter, Ripple said it saw deeper engagements from main ODL customers. Ripple hasn't sold XRP programmatically, that is, to cryptocurrency exchanges, in over a year. Despite Ripple's continuing legal battle with the SEC, XRP revenues are surging. The agency sued Ripple and two of its executives, CEO Brad Garlinghouse and Chairman Chris Larsen, in December, alleging that they raised over $1.3 billion illegally through the sale of XRP, unregistered securities. The litigation has created havoc for US XRP holders, developers, and small businesses who use and rely on XRP in the XRP ledger, according to Ripple's defense. Price prediction. The price of XRP is showing signs of stabilization, which may lead to a new yearly peak. The fact that the market has recently recovered from its dip into the demand zone indicates the existence of strong buyers. Since the late April crash, the price of XRP has been steadily increasing. Ripple has made 3 higher highs and 4 higher lows since then, showing a consistent uptrend. On May 9th, the price of XRP fell below the demand barrier, which runs from $1.37 to $1.47. Investors should now anticipate the remittance token to surge towards the 162% Fibonacci extension mark, which is currently at $1.65. If the buyers can break through this barrier, they'll be able to charge towards $1.76, a level last seen in mid-April. XRP price could either take its time or just slice through these amounts with consecutive green candlesticks, depending on the buying pressure. Regardless, the price of XRP appears to be heading for $2. After falling from the 0.226% on May 8th, the funding rate for XRP is now 0.093%. Because of the low funding cost, which coincides with the recent crash, highly leveraged long positions are either liquidated or closed, enabling sidelined investors to jump in and ride the wave to $2. Furthermore, the brief drop on May 9th may have pushed the weighted sentiment into the negative zone, implying that investors are pessimistic about the price of XRP, which is bullish from a counter-sentiment standpoint. The 30-day market value to realized value (MVRV) model, which measures the network's profit/loss of investors who purchased XRP in the previous month, is another metric that depicts the bullishness surrounding XRP. Ripple's MVRV value is currently in the incentive zone at 5.5%, indicating that only 5.5% of network participants are profiting. As a result, the chances of a correction caused by investors taking profits are nearly zero. Overall, the XRP price appears to be bullish, but a spike in bearish sentiment that pushes the remittance token below $1.37 will invalidate the bullish outlook and launch a bearish one. In such circumstances, the Ripple price could fall to $1.31, the 50% Fibonacci retracement mark. If this amount is breached, the stock could fall 11% to $1.16. Ripple is now one of the more established players in the cryptocurrency market. The business has created blockchain technology and a coin with real-world applications with the aim of improving global financial transactions. This application distinguishes Ripple and the XRP coin from thousands of other cryptocurrencies that exist for no discernible purpose. Are you an XRP holder? Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe and check out our other valuable videos. See you soon at XRP Lab.